Are we all good?
Of course, there's an airplane outside.
And can we have you tilt down just a smidge? Cut some of the headroom off?
More?
No, that's
That
great.
looks good. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, is mine good?
We're all set.
All right, we're all set. So we're just gonna dive into it. Obviously here in Central Ohio, we know how important the work of the African American Male Wellness Initiative is. And I think, when we hear the surprising announcement of the death of an actor like Chadwick Boseman, who appeared to be completely healthy, no one had any idea. Just tell me a little bit about your reaction and what you were feeling when you saw that news.
Quite honestly, I was very much in shock and I was speechless, and particularly about the fact that no one knew that he had cancer. So to go from this person who was seen around the world, especially in the Black community, as a real life hero, both on and off the screen, to someone passing away so suddenly at a young age of 43, it was quite disturbing. It was quite eye-opening, and it makes you really think about what's important and taking care of people around you as well as taking care of yourself.
And that's just it. He was so young, relatively speaking. He was 42, 43 years old. So just tell me a little bit about how truly important it is for Black men especially to have those screenings, to get those regular checkups, even when they may feel like nothing's physically wrong.
Absolutely. I think a big part in the Black community when we talk about health and wellness is the prevention component, and not waiting until you have signs of something being wrong, but instead being forward thinking and being ahead of the program and saying, I'm going to make it a priority to go to my primary care physician regularly. I'm going to make it a priority to make sure that I'm checking in and doing all the things I need to do, whether it be taking medication or taking, in the right vegetables and fruits to make sure I have the right nutrients, and exercising. But we cannot wait until we feel like something is wrong with our bodies, because then it may be too late. So we really need to do our best, especially those a little bit younger. We tend to think that we're young and we're invincible and we can get to these things as we get older, when in fact at that point it may be too late. So we can't stress enough how important it is to go see your primary care physician, to know your numbers and to be active.
And playing off of that, a lot of men feel like they need to wait until they're older, or until they start experiencing maybe some issues with health. But, he was early 40s and he had gotten the diagnosis a few years ago. He just kind of was quiet about his struggle or his battle through it all. But how important is it for men of any age to make sure that they are getting those screenings in time?
Oh, it's vital. It's very important. The sooner you can start getting into that good habit and good routine of going to your physician, being very much in tune with what your numbers are and how those numbers reflect your everyday lifestyle, and making a whole complete lifestyle change for the better so that you can live longer. So like we said, people typically wait till they're older, or hey, we'll get to it. No, this is something that we need to be teaching our children, and as they grow up they can teach their children. But late teens, early 20s, where we definitely feel invincible when we're staying out all late, that needs to become part of our regularly scheduled program, particularly as Black men, because we are the ones who are dying prematurely to preventable health diseases.
And do you think, as awful and as tragic as all of this has been, surprising as well, do you think some good that could come out of this is maybe that this will be a wake-up call for Black men especially?
Absolutely. I think it'll be a wake up call for a lot of us, because we tend to see celebrities or entertainers as people who are, bigger than life. But in fact, they really do have the same issues. They're flesh and blood. They have the same problems that we can face on an everyday basis. So it's really a wake-up call that this could happen to anybody. And it's unfortunate that Mr. Boseman passed away from cancer. But I hope it serves as an opportunity and an eye-awakening for a lot of people, not just Black men, but also their families, to say, hey, we want to make sure that, we're doing the things that we should be doing, that we are holding our Black men accountable and saying, hey, you need to be going to the doctor. You need to make sure that you are being active, and you need to make sure that you know your numbers, not just at an older age, but as you become young men into adulthood.
And for men who may have seen this news and start thinking, okay, I do need to take that next step. I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself, but they don't know where to start. Where do they start from here?
So we're a great place to start with the African American Male Wellness Agency. If anybody primary care physicians. We have a network of Black doctors that we can refer you to, as well as other community resources that deal with mental health, that deal with employment, all these things that play a vital role in health and wellness in the African American community. So if you go to aawellness.org, you can get in contact with us, or you can call 614-754-7511. We'd be more than happy to connect and help our community.
And I know the month of August, you guys had a lot of events taking place. Of course, we had the Wellness and Freedom Walk, and then we had the week where there were screenings available to men. Do you have any other events coming up anytime soon?
So we are really heavy into our mental health programming right now, our Real Men, Real Talk. We just had a wide virtual call this past Wednesday where we had over 100 brothers on the call sharing information about how they're doing, their wellness check-in, and we're able to provide them with resources. And we'll also be doing a Real Men Real Talk brunch on Saturday, August 12th. We want to encourage all men to come out to be able to share and create a safe space to where we can talk about real things that are going on and help each other get the support that we need.
All right. Well, Marlon, thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, I know that you're enjoying the West Coast right now, so I really appreciate you taking the time to spend this time with us and really just share this important and really vital information.
No problem, Jennifer, anytime. Thank you very much for having me.
Have a great one.
You too.
Thanks.